All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Q&A live stream number 111. It is approximately 7:20 p.m. right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. Today is Saturday, February 6th, 2021. And about 2 months ago today, we lost the iconic Institute of Century 21, which we will be showing their website once again in honor of Century 21's website approximately 2 months later. So I also have Ricky here with me. So,
Hi.
Yeah, he'll be appearing in the camera. I would rather not turn my camera, but I will turn it at some point throughout the live stream. But Ricky is in the room with me, here with me.
So I was thinking, Chris, I didn't want to say this in front of everybody. Well, not.
All right, and we are back. Hello, Dylan G. Jesus. How are you?
So hi, there is Ricky making a surprise appearance. And while he does that, I'm going to.
Yeah, you might want to turn the volume down.
I'm going to.
There's not much to play though.
Yeah, I don't need something to play. I could just find something. I can find something to do.
All right. He's going on my Xbox right now, which I don't even touch my. I'm so busy. No. I'm so busy with school.
Sticks. I'm gonna need a password.
There's no password. Just get out of it. He's trying to set up my Xbox, as you guys can tell. But yeah, lots of major retail things. Obviously, the media waited a week for the announcement on Sears and Kmart. I have a whole bunch of Sears and Kmart videos that went up this week. A freight elevator at a Lord & Taylor store. And we do have some interesting intel today about Lord & Taylor and the liquidation sale. So again, we're going to wait for a couple people to join. I wonder, is somebody else live right now? That could be affecting the stream. No, it's not. Okay, it's maybe just people that. Maybe it's just people.
You realize, Chris, we just started the stream like a minute ago. What did you expect? 20 people to go?
No, it takes time.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to.
See what kind of games you got on here.
There's not a lot.
Maybe I'll buy you a game or something.
No. Anyways, so getting back to the stream, yeah, I did a whole video. I did about a 15-minute video this morning talking about Sears and Kmart. It's a lot of stores. I mean, I did a video yesterday going over the Seritage Growth Properties list that's closing by the end of this month. And then this morning, I put out a video of all the remaining Sears and Kmart stores left in the United States of America, including the United States territories. And yeah, so I elaborated on that and my predictions in the future. So Sears and Kmart don't have a future. And there's no future for Sears and Kmart. You know, at this point, they're down. They're going to be down to 60 after the 18th of April. And there will only be about 60 combined Sears and Kmart stores. So I think what's going to happen is you're going to see 20 stores close every 3 to 4 months. We'll have one closing list in spring 2021 and in April, another 3 to 4 months. That brings us to April, May, June. We'll have another closing list. And then finally, July, August, September, we'll have another closing list. So I can expect another closing list to come out within the next 3 to 4 months, which ironically enough, the next Sears and Kmart closing list will be announced on Earth Day. That's pretty ironic. Sears store.
Ironic.
Sears store at the Hoyok Mall in Ingleside, Massachusetts is going out of business. I used to film that Westinghouse elevator 4 years ago. Wow, that's kind of sad though. Hospital numbers are going down again. Yep, they're going down nationwide. It's because there's not really activity. Although they're worried about the Super Bowl because many of those things could be a super spreader. So. like I said, people just have to be careful. I'm having a small gathering tomorrow with close family, so I'm playing it smart. I'm not going out being reckless. You know, I'm not doing anything like that. So yeah. Elcher Eric says hello to Ricky.
Hi.
Some malls in Puerto Rico are in deep trouble as a result of Sears and Roebuck and Kmart closings. Yeah, I don't really study the mall geography of Puerto Rico, but I could see why. Sears holding. What?
Sorry, you're missing an add-on on Xenoverse.
Oh.
You're actually missing an add-on. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I don't play the game that much. Yeah, that walk may or may not be canceled. Yeah, well, Sears and Roebuck at the Dulles Town Center in Dulles, Virginia, is closing, by the way. It's the last Sears and Roebuck store in Virginia. Started liquidation sales on the 4th of February and now ended liquidation sales. Is going to end liquidation sales Sunday, April 18th, 2021. Sears Holdings, don't even think about closing your store in the Florida Mall. I think it's unlikely. I think that one will be either in the next round, the round after that, or the final round of Sears and Kmart store closures. Yeah, I'm having a small gathering with close family in a different household, but I don't know. It's hard to explain, but that's what I'm doing tomorrow. So, yeah. But I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl, definitely. Favorite one-floor mall? Is it Bergen Town Center? It's an okay mall. It's not my favorite mall. It certainly serves a purpose, that's for sure. But it's not my favorite one-floor mall. My favorite one-floor mall. Oh, I actually don't. I don't think I have one because my favorite mall is the mall at Short Hills. That's my favorite mall in the entire state. I don't have a one-floor favorite mall. Okay, well, that's something. That's better than nothing. I don't think I would post that on social media. I can't imagine. I think that would be very stupid for someone to post that on social media.
Why don't they post?
I'll tell you in a minute, Ricky. I'm gonna just mute the mic for a second, everybody. All right, so getting back to the stream. My apologies, everyone. So, hi Joe, how are you? Tomorrow, another major snowstorm. Not really. No, that's just going to be a quick snowstorm. Yes, I've heard about it, but it's really not going to be anything major. We're only going to get about 6 to 8 inches of snow. It's going to be a quick one. Compared to what we had last Sunday, this storm is like nothing. It's going to be in and out. Like, it'll just be quick. So, I'm happy about that too. Some malls in Hawaii could be in trouble as the result of Sears and Roebuck closings. I can't imagine those malls relying on Sears for sales. There's probably many other stores in the mall that do much better than Sears and Roebuck. Sears and Roebuck and Kmart are just done as a whole. Kmart's closing in Belleville by April, and there's only going to be 3 stores left in the state. You know, Sears, Roebuck, and Kmart they're just not valuable anymore, and they're definitely not going to be an online retailer. And it's certainly going to be the end for Sears and Kmart. I think by the end of 2021. Looks like I'm spending Super Bowl Sunday at South Hills Village. Thankfully, they have an old Otis from 1965. It's a Simon Mall, and that has an Otis that is still original. South Hills Village? Wow, I'm surprised. I wonder why Simon would be holding on to South Hills Village. South Hills Village. It's in Pittsburgh. What do they have here? Oh, the Sears closed in 2018. Monroeville Mall. Oh. I'm surprised Simon is holding on to that mall, considering they own the Ross Park Mall. You would think that they'd want to get rid of that mall. That's really interesting that they're holding on to that one. I don't really have a favorite elevator. Christiana Mall, yes, of course. It's the only mall in the state of Delaware, and it's the largest mall in the state of Delaware. Sears and Kmart's days will soon be numbered. Correct. There's no doubt about that one. My grandmother got her first dose for the COVID vaccine. That's excellent. Certainly a step towards progress and defeating the virus. Very important. I'm glad your grandmother got her first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Okay, that's great. That's great. Yes, Lord and Taylor is going to be the office space. I'm sorry, the office space that's coming to King of Prussia Mall is going to be in the former Lord and Taylor store. Yeah, I don't know how that mall has a high performing Macy's. Target, I guess I get because that's an attractive retailer, and a 3-floor old Boscov's. Yeah, that's an okay mall. Not great, but it's an okay one. When it comes, yeah, okay. Hey, Chris, congratulations on 900 subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate that. Took a lot of hard work to get there, but we're almost at 1,000, so only a little bit under 100. The building where Dick's and Target is used to be a Boscov's. The Concord and Dover Mall are the only other malls in Delaware. Oh, okay. So Delaware only has 3 malls then. Do you think the Barnes & Noble store at Clifton Commons might close for a smaller store? I can't imagine they're going to close that store anytime soon. The problem is there's no really spot right now in Clifton to put a Barnes & Noble. The only other thing I could very well see is if Barnes & Noble chooses to close the store in Clifton and relocate to, say, the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I can't imagine that being a relocation. The Boscov's and Christiana Mall, the Boscov's in Christiana, Delaware is not in a mall. Department store. That's really, oh, well, that's really weird. Why would you locate a Boscov's just in that other part of the region? Is this a 2-floor one though? Oh yeah, it looks like it is a 2-floor one. Wow, that's really weird that they would locate that so far away from the mall. Oh, and it looks like there's a oh no, definitely not a Chili's, but wow, I'm surprised that they would relocate that one so far away from the mall. That's like, yeah, I don't know why you would do that, but okay. I know. I'm waiting to get mine too. I got an update today, but nothing really yet. I saw the at-home signs at the old Macy's at the shops at Nanuet. It's sad to see a perfect Macy's gone. The problem was that was an underperformer, number one. Number two, you had the Macy's at the Palisades Center. There really was no reason to keep Macy's at the shops at Nanuet closing. Plus, considering that Sears and Roebuck announced that they were closing the shops at Nanuet store, it just logistically didn't make sense to keep the Macy's opened up there. It's sad that both anchors went within less than a 6-month period, and it's not looking too good for Nanuet, that is for sure. And the last time that I went there, this was maybe about a week or two before At Home started opening up. They actually had that little interior part that connects the soon-to-be At Home store and the Regal Cinemas actually closed off. So it's not looking good for Nanuet. That is for sure. But who knows? I guess, but there's a JCPenney there. The glass elevator and the elevator in the Macy's are always busy when I go. Well, if you go on weekends, I could see why. If you go during the weekday, you'll probably get much better rides. Or if you go right when the mall opens, of course. At Home could fit well in Woodbridge Center, unless they don't want to be in malls. I don't know personally what is going to happen with that with at home, and I don't know if they could fit in Woodbridge Center. That I don't know. It's possible, yes, but is that the question is there a market for an at home in Woodbridge, New Jersey? That I just don't know. The elevator at the Nanuet Macy's is a loss. A 1990s Montgomery. No, that's a surge. That is a surge. That's not a Montgomery. As always, there is no future for the Galleria at White Plains. You are correct on this one. Macy's is, what's it called? Closing that store by March of 2020. Actually, let me get the Macy's White Plains number, and we're actually going to hear them, what they say on the phone call. I'm going to do this live for you guys because this is pretty cool. I've actually never done this before. So this is what the status of Macy's White Plains liquidation sales are.
Thank you for calling White Plains Galleria. Our store closing sale is in progress. All sales are final and discounted up to 60% off the original ticketed price. Cosmetics, fragrances, and select vendors are excluded from the additional discount. We are able to receive previously purchased returns until February 10th. If you have questions about our closing sale, we can help you. For general questions about Macy's or the in-store shopping experience, please speak to our cross-county shopping center location at 914-964-6680.
Today.
So pretty much, they're directing everyone to go to the Macy's at Cross County, which Cross County Shopping Center, Macy's in particular, is a growth store. While Macy's White Plains was never a growth store, the store was never renovated, and it was time for it to go. But Dylan G. Jesus, you're indeed correct. Gallery at White Plains is essentially done. The glass elevator it has not been working since 2018. Sears and Roebuck closed at the mall on January 24th, 2021, and Macy's is expected to close at the mall by March. So Galleria at White Plains is essentially done as a mall. They're not going to have any anchors left in the mall, and there's just no future for that mall, unfortunately. Palisades, yes, is a growth store. Cross County is a 4-floor Macy's, believe it or not. Yes, Edison, New Jersey, it is the retail hub. That Edison, New Jersey, there's actually, believe it or not, there are actually 3 different retail hubs in Middlesex County. You got the Edison and the Woodbridge retail hub, which contains a bunch of strip malls, and then you got the Woodbridge Center Mall and the Menlo Park Mall. And then if you go a little south of that, you actually have more retail on Route 18 that leads all the way south to the Brunswick Square Mall, which I've been to all 3 actually. I've been to Menlo Park, I've been to Brunswick Square Mall, and I've of course been to the Woodbridge Center. All are pretty unique, but Woodbridge is the most unique. Brunswick Square I like personally because of the Macy's elevator, and Menlo Park is just a nice mall overall. Very nice Nordstrom's elevators. However, I do prefer the Freehold one over the Menlo Park store. I actually just recently filmed Nordstrom at Westfield Garden Estates, so. No, I don't think they were Montgomery and Nanuet. I think they were Surge. The escalators were Westinghouse at the store. My grandmother had to go to Easton, Pennsylvania to get her COVID-19 vaccine, which is an hour away from Philly. I know where that is. That is near the Lehigh Valley. Yeah, that's far. That's really far. Yeah, that was a nice one. It was old. It was old, but the store had to go. I went to Brunswick Square. I've been there before. Yeah, I submitted my interest form for the vaccine too. I definitely want to get it as soon as possible. You've got City Center, yep, of course, City Center, which is near the Westchester, a standalone Bloomingdale's, the malls in Yonkers like Cross County and Ridge Hill, and a new mall in Connecticut called the Sono Collection. You also have Greenwich, Connecticut, and to top it all off, you also have the Stanford Town Center. So you have a lot of mall choices in that area, but Yeah, I mean, essentially, the Gallery of White Plains is doomed. It's just inevitable at this point. It's done. The mall is done. The mall is DONE, done. It will never turn a profit again. I could see the tenants exiting the food court, and that's it for that mall. Which of those 3 malls have better architecture? Woodbridge Center out of the 3, just because it was a Rouse property. Brunswick Square is okay. It's not great, but I personally like the Burlington. I actually have a mall map of the Brunswick Square, I think. I'm not sure though, because I have a whole bunch of mall maps in here. Library Commons, Waltman Shops Riverside. What is this? Oh, Livingston Mall. I know I have a whole bunch of mall directories in here. There's a whole bunch of them. It's very hard to go through all of them. Oh wow, I forgot I had a Smith Haven directory in here. I've never been there actually. Livingston. Let's see. I know I got a whole bunch. Okay, here we go. Brunswick Square. Yeah, this is Brunswick Square. This was from 2019. I actually got this right before the pandemic hit. This is Brunswick Square. Just a very basic mall. JCPenney right over here. I'm sorry. I know. This is looking really weird. So you have a Macy's. Macy's right over here, and a JCPenney right over here. Pretty much 2 traditional department stores connected by 2 corridors, connected by 1 middle corridor, has a Barnes & Noble and an AMC movie theater, along with having a Red Robin, and the Bar Lou, I believe at the mall has since closed. Yes, in case you are wondering, I have filmed the elevators at the Brunswick Square Mall. I've not been there since March of 2020, because at the time that was when Sears announced that they were closing the store in New Brunswick, New Jersey. But yeah, my favorite mall in Middlesex County definitely has to be Menlo Park. And actually, Menlo Park has one of only 2 Rainforest cafes in the state of New Jersey. Favorite department store? Ooh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. I like Nordstrom personally, just because of the way their stores look, and they loved using gold. I think that's one of my favorites, Nordstrom. Where are you going February 20th? Yes, it is Schindler Custom. I can't imagine H&M would relocate. I believe Boscov's Nanuet had a Schindler RT. I think it did at one point. Yeah, it's a Schindler Traction model. Yeah, I know about that one. No, Rouse Properties did not do mall directories. However, I do have a picture that I took of the Woodbridge Center directory right before Sears closed, and thank God I took a picture of it. You know what? I'll actually go ahead and download it to my computer so that I can show you guys. But I do have a decent picture of the Woodbridge Center directory that I took, and thank God I took this image. I took back in what was it, December? Yeah, I just downloaded it to my computer. Oh, that's right. I forgot I have double screen. I actually have my monitor shared or hooked up. Okay. All right. This is Woodbridge Center, which is still owned by Brookfield Properties. Let's go ahead and zoom in and make this bigger. So, okay, there we go. I got to go to the share screen button. Okay, let's go ahead and close that there. Perfect. Yeah. So this is Woodbridge Center. You got a Macy's up here, which used to be a Stern store. You got four department stores, pretty much. It's like the letter T, like the letter T. So T would start up here, and then this would be the T, and then this would be the bottom part of the T. Except you have a lot of department stores within this structure. So you have Macy's, which is up here, which used to be Stearns, and there is a Macy's backstage here. You come around the corridor here, you go here, you enter the Sears. Yeah, this is the Macy's wing of the mall. This was at the time, the Sears and Roebuck store at the mall. This Sears and Roebuck store at the mall used to be Abraham and Straus. You come along here the corridor, you go down, you hit the Lord & Taylor store, which used to be Orbach and Steinbach. You go around here, once again in the corridor, you go around this way, you hit the J.C. Penney store. This was the original one. This is the only original anchor left at the mall. And then, of course, you have Boscov's, which used to be the Hanes store, believe it or not. And then you go to lower level here, of course, we can't forget the 2-level Dick's Sporting Goods, which used to be the Galen store. So yeah, Woodbridge Center is definitely an interesting mall directory, to say the least. And I hope this gives you an insight of pretty much what Woodbridge Center used to be. But as of 2021, unfortunately, Lord & Taylor was gone at the mall. I mean, Lord & Taylor was going out as a whole. And then Sears and Roebuck closed early on. So Macy's, JCPenney, Boscov's, and Dick's Sporting Goods are the only anchors that do remain at this mall. So I hope that was a decent picture of Woodbridge Center. Hopefully I was able to show that to you guys and hope you enjoyed. Which mall are you going to on February 20th, John C? But unfortunately, we're still waiting for the vaccine to be ready for the general public. It'll be available soon, hopefully. Yes, Boscov's used to be Fortunoff. That's right. No, that's not a Primark yet. Well, you better visit it as soon as possible, because when Simon takes it over, they're doing a renovation. I was thinking about that's a really good suggestion, but I'd have to get together so many different mall directories. Question for the audience: Pacific Center, Vancouver, Canada, Sono Collection. No doubt. The only mall Bed Bath & Beyond is in Jersey Gardens in New Jersey. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. I heard that Simon is considering a medical facility at the JCPenney space at King of Prussia. Why am I not surprised? Of course they want to do that. They'll have office space in the former Lord & Taylor spot, and they'll have a medical space in the former JCPenney spot. That actually works out really well, honestly. Not surprising at all. Joe Lynch. Boscov's used to be former Fortunoff. Yes. No Primark is there. You're going to Paramus Park? I mean, there's not that much to see there, but okay, if you insist. I mean, you got Macy's, you got Stu Leonard's, and you got the Schindler's in the food court. Not really much to see there, but okay. It's not like anything's closing. I'm much closer to American Dream, but yeah, I guess that's somewhat of my area if you think about it. Which elevator in better terms? Which elevator in terms of originality, the Center Court or the former Lord & Taylor? I don't know which mall you're talking about. I would guess probably the Center Court if you're talking about Woodbridge Center. Yeah, I think it is too. It's very cool that GGP and Brookfield do that. I think that's pretty cool. That actually helps customers to figure out which department stores have elevators. Well, also too, you got to remember there's only one mall elevator in that entire structure. I don't know who didn't think of putting a second elevator in there. I don't know what genius thought that was a good idea. No, I don't use any equipment. I gladly wash my hands after I film an elevator, but I don't use any equipment to film elevators. Aside from my camera, of course.
I can't get up.
The food court glass, no. There's no food court and there's no glass elevator there. Well, Pacific Center is also the company responsible for maintaining the Broadway Commons. So they now have 2 failing malls in the state of New York. They have the Galleria White Plains and the Broadway Commons in Hicksville. So it's not looking too good for Pacific Retail, that's for sure. Yeah, it's e-commerce. That's the biggest thing right now. E-commerce. I mean, Lord & Taylor is going to be online. So I'm going to try and go to lordandtaylor.com. Site cannot be reached. All right, you know what? I'm going to try something. Go here. Copy. Yeah, I don't know why. Safari says something much different. But yeah. Which malls have LL Bean in New Jersey?
I'll be back.
Okay. Just make sure to shut the door on your way out.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Center. I'm doing pretty well, Sue Josh. Happy. Thanks for asking. Any type of equipment. Because Bamberger's was based in Newark, New Jersey. Oh, Chris, by the way, have you gotten a chance to look at the new Moynihan train hall? You should do a tour video of it one day. I've seen pictures of it. It's impressive, but it's closed at night. Penn Station still, even with the Moynihan train hall, Penn Station still has a whole bunch of problems, unfortunately, as much as I hate to say that. Yeah, I think it's going to be more of a mixed-use development. What that pretty much means is I feel like it's going to be similar to what they're doing to the Lord and Taylor store in Bala Cynwyd, except being more incorporated with the existing area. But yeah, I think it's going to be high-rise apartments in White Plains. I can't imagine that being a mall for much longer. Burlington does well. I've gotten maybe one or two things from them, but they seem to be doing like relatively well. They've been doing really well, and their stores are huge. Like, yeah, it amazes me that they're still opening up stores, Burlington. But I guess there's enough demand for Burlingtons, and maybe because they're new and they're shiny and clean, they're attractive. But I don't know. I'm not a huge Burlington shopper, but I've been to a couple of stores. A couple of their stores in Jersey have elevators. The Bergen Town Center one has an elevator. Wayne has an elevator, but that modernization sucks. I hate that modernization. That was an awful mod of that Otis. Not a fan. Yeah, they're able to get people in their doors. Natick Mall, no, that's not in trouble. Have you been to Westland Mall? No. Chris, you should do an update about why the Dulles Town Center is in some serious trouble with becoming a dead mall. Macy's and JCPenney will be the only two anchors left as of April 19th, 2021. The thing is, I don't live in Virginia, and it doesn't affect my retail area. But yeah, Dulles Town Center is certainly in deep crap. I think the mall is doomed as a whole, personally. Surprised there's not too many people on here tonight, but there's going to be nobody on here tomorrow night because tomorrow night's Super Bowl. So Natick Mall. Huh. I missed that too. I can't believe what a terrible modernization too. That was a terrible mod. I went there. I'm like, no way they modded this thing. I mean, obviously I got a video of it, but yeah, I was very disappointed. Very disappointed they modded it. You want an interesting Burlington? Go to Burlington on 6th Avenue in downtown Pittsburgh. I can't imagine they would, just for the time being. You can turn your flashlight off.
What?
You can turn your flashlight off.
Yeah, there's no light in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I turn on the light.
Yeah. I'll explain that. Hold on. I just have to explain something to Rick. You guys will be right back. All right, getting back to so no, I don't have any plans to go to Pittsburgh. Newburgh Mall's underperforming. Yeah, see, when you have Sears as your only anchor store and Bon-Ton, yeah, Newburgh is essentially done too, unfortunately. And you got what is it? Woodbury Commons just down the road. So yeah, that place is done. Well, they do mods, I guess, because it's necessary. I think it's stupid, but it's necessary sometimes. Is it possible for Best Buy to close in the Palisades to close in favor of American Dream? No. Geographically, those two locations are way too far away. If Best Buy is closing any store, they would probably close the Best Buy store in Secaucus, and they would open up the one in East Rutherford. Although Best Buy is doing relatively well. So I don't know, but it would be nice for them to have a store in East Rutherford. They also could close Bergen Town Center, but they could, hold on to it. I don't know personally. A lot can happen. Which is more likely to close, Gap and Palisades or the shops at Nanuet? Gap shops at Nanuet, no doubt. Without having a Macy's or Sears, it's not really a real mall. That's the way to put it. Yeah, that seems rare. Oh, interesting. Wow, I didn't know that. Heinz 57 Center. Wow, that sounds really interesting. Yes, I do. I do. I uploaded that back in 2016 and I went back there 2020. So 4 years pretty much. But yeah, I was really sad to see the Burlington modded. Like what a terrible, like it was literally just a slap on mod. They just slapped on a panel, slapped on the up and down, called it a mod. Yep, that's all we need to do. Terrible mod. I don't know who did that modernization. I know it was Otis, but man, that is one of the worst Otis modernizations I've ever seen at an elevator. And I've been on so many different modernizations. That one was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Anyways, so we're going to actually shift gears here. Have you heard about Colonial Park Mall? That and Harrisburg East Mall are failing malls in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Harrisburg East Mall is a much more failing mall than, say, the Colonial Park Mall. Capital City Mall does relatively well. It's Capital City Mall and Colonial Park. Yes, Gallery White Plains is going to be a dead mall pretty soon. So this is Century 21's website. I don't know if I showed this the other day, but this is the status on Century 21's website. We're going to go to the Chrome tab real quick. And this is what Century 21's website is pretty much. It's a picture of their Cortland flagship store, which is located right near World Trade Center, where the Freedom Tower was, and where unfortunately many people on 9/11 lost their lives. May their souls rest in peace. But anyways, so this is the Century 21 store, and it is closed. So yeah, hold on one second, guys. Okay, getting back to the stream. Again, my apologies, guys, if we're going off there. No, Rainforest Cafe is still open in Atlantic City. Last time I checked. Yeah, still open in Atlantic City. One of two in New Jersey. Atlantic City Rainforest Cafe and Menlo Park is the only other one in the state. But yeah, anyways, this is Century 21's website. And then this, of course, is Lord & Taylor's website, which you can reach. Lord & Taylor. And then, obviously, as we know, Bala Cynwyd is officially closed. So they're only liquidating 19. And then if you actually take a look at Hilco Merchants, but yeah. Well, loss prevention. So interesting. Yeah, they did deactivate their website, it seems. Probably a different store or a couple of stores will probably replace it. So I actually want to go over the final day for Lord & Taylor. This is what everyone's been waiting for. So I have some very exciting news to share. The final day of operation for the 19 remaining liquidating Lord & Taylor stores will be Tuesday, February 23rd, 2020. And there it is, the final and last day for Lord & Taylor's as an existence as a company for in-person shopping is Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021. And Lord & Taylor Week will begin the first week of March. All stores will close by that day. I am going to have to make some changes for Lord & Taylor Week. So Lord & Taylor Week will begin in March as a tribute to all the Lord & Taylor stores going away.
That's starting in March?
Yeah, starting in March.
Why so late?
It's to give a full week to appreciate the store. Yeah.
So
no, I want to go to Delaware.
So
I want to go to Delaware though.
Why'd you talk about the future of what's going to go in place of Lord & Taylor's?
There's a couple of
talk to them about that. They'll probably be interested to hear about that.
Well, the thing is, there's already been several articles out about Lord & Taylor. The Lord & Taylor store in Bala Cynwyd's being knocked down for a apartment redevelopment thing, and the King of Prussia one's becoming office space. So, yeah. But the final day for Lord & Taylor, put it in the books, Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021. And Lord & Taylor Week will begin on Monday, March 1st, 2021. So very, very, very exciting. And we will go through March 1st all the way to March 7th, saying farewell and goodbye to Lord & Taylor as we move on to the next major department store closure. So, anyways, just wanted to let everyone know. No, it's the 23rd of February, which actually makes sense if you take a look at Hilco's site. Not that screen. So Express is 20. So that's where I pretty much have my clues. And not only that, but I have a credible source on Facebook that called the Lord & Taylor store at the Bridgewater Commons in Bridgewater, New Jersey, that said February 23rd was the final day, which makes sense considering they're concluding Express's liquidation at 9 different Express stores on that same day. So Lord & Taylor will close for the final time on Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021. And because of that, by the end of this week, I would expect a new type of update to go out. So, yeah. It's called Hilco Fixed Asset Recovery. Pretty much is where you can find all liquidating stores. No, not Friday, February 19th. It's the 23rd. That would make sense if they did. Would you consider Marshall's as a department store? Not really. I consider that more of a discount store. It's not really. So there's a difference. You have discount stores, middle-class department stores, although those are being phased out left and right. And then you got upscale department stores. Everything has its own class. What that means is you have the class of the discount department stores, the class of the middle class, the regular priced department stores, and then the upper scale department stores. So like your middle class department stores would be Macy's, JCPenney, Sears, although some Macy's are upscale. Those would be your middle class department stores. Lower kind of stores are discount stores. So like Kmart, Target, Walmart, you name it. I don't even know what another discount store would be. Oh yeah, Burlington, of course, Ross, Yeah, I could go on for hours about that. Upscale department stores would be like Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's, Neiman Marcus, Saks Fifth Avenue, Von Maur. A Belk would be considered middle class department store too. Where did you get your thumbnail? I created my thumbnail, believe it or not. How many Kmart and Sears and Roebuck locations will be left after April 18th, 2021? Approximately 60. And if you divide 60 by 20, you get 3, which pretty much sums it up that there'll be 3 more lists before Sears and Roebuck and Kmart are gone forever. Dillard's, middle class department store. Yes, it is going to be dead soon. Oh yeah. Oh. According to Woodbridge Center, I'm not sketching. I am stretching, yes. Yeah, Bath and Body Works is pretty well. Bye. I'm going to watch other YouTube videos. Okay, cool. No worries. According to Woodbridge Center, Dick's Sporting Goods is not a department store since they sell athletics, equipments, and fashions. Yeah, it's not a department store. It's a sporting goods store. But it has been going into a lot of department stores, yes, but it's not a department store. Department stores would be like Boscov's, JCPenney, Macy's, Sears, which Sears is a joke at this point. I don't count a winter storm an event. It's really just a weather storm. I realized that everyone went to ShopRite today to buy all the food and drinks for tomorrow's 2 crazy events. Honestly, ShopRite on a Saturday is just packed. I personally hate the essential retailer, but we need it to live, so I can't really bash ShopRite that much. I am disappointed, though, about their pharmacies closing. That's disappointing. One of my family members was a very loyal customer, and yeah, they're not too happy about the pharmacy closing. So it's a shame because CVS pharmacy sucks. Sorry to say. I mean, Walgreens is no better either, but it's a shame. They were really nice staff at the particular one that my family went to, and it's a shame now. Because what they did. What happened was that they went to CVS for years, and then they liked ShopRite, and now ShopRite's closing all their pharmacies. So it's like they found something good all of a sudden. It just goes sour, like grapes. I love how I can compare and contrast things on these streams. Yeah, Freehold Raceway Dick's Sporting Goods is doing relatively well, yes. My family always goes to ShopRite on a Saturday. That is the worst time you can go to ShopRite. The worst time. My advice to anyone going to ShopRite, you go on a weekday, you go early in the morning, or you go right when they're about to close. Do not go on a Saturday. It will be a mess. And if you go in the middle of the day, good luck trying to find parking. Pharmacies are an essential retailer. Yes, deemed by the United States government, pharmacies will never close because they're considered essential by the United States government. Yeah, every ShopRite has large crowds. No, but unless you sell food, then you can last. So department stores are all anchor stores, but not all anchor stores are department stores. Correct, yes. Hi, Chris. I just came home from Roosevelt Field. Oh, nice. Yeah, I want to get there. I want to go to Roosevelt Field again, but nothing is really closing, though. No, I can't imagine Boscov's doing an expansion anytime soon. Speaking of ShopRite, is the one in Elmwood Park opened? No, it is not, but the Kmart building is completely demolished. Ocean County Mall has 3 anchors. So does Monmouth Mall, Deptford Mall, and Woodbridge Center. You are correct on all 3 of those, along with Ocean County. Sears 8 is a joke at this point. The only one left in the state is in Jersey City. Which elevator is better? Blooming and Roosevelt is better. Bloomingdale's or JCPenney? Bloomingdale's. This isn't. That's not even a debate. JCPenney though used to be decent, but then Kone got their hands on it, and yeah, that was the end of that.
When retail used to be decent, now it's all Amazon.
Not necessarily. You still got some good players out there.
Really, name one.
Boscov's for one. You got Walmart, you got Target, you got Burlington, you got Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, HomeSense, Home Goods, Sierra Trading Post. I could go down a whole list.
But you want to know the thing? The difference? They're all going to close too, buddy. It's just a matter of time.
People still go into those stores, and I've been there when it's been high traffic volume. Yeah, no. Bloomingdale's elevator at Roosevelt Field is so much better than JCPenney. Yeah, Stop and Shop is a good, decent supermarket, and what's it called? Yeah, and the at-home store in Nanuet is good. Yeah, so there'll be some life back there, but it'll take time, certainly. ShopRite, Stop and Shop, and Acme are the top three NJ supermarkets. Number one is ShopRite in New Jersey. No doubt that is the number one supermarket in the entire state of New Jersey. Not only that, but ShopRite's headquarters is in New Jersey. So ShopRite is really that great New Jersey supermarket. Even New York appreciates it. And ShopRite's a New Jersey-based company. So, and I love ShopRite personally. Yeah, they suck on a Saturday, but you know what? They have great prices. They're an essential retailer, and they serve a function that we need to live. So I got to give them credit. Is it my least favorite place to go? Of course. I hate going to the supermarket, but it is considered an essential retailer deemed by the United States government. What would happen if Nordstrom leaves Roosevelt Field? I have a feeling the pandemic will force Nordstrom to close another wave of stores like they did with Freehold Raceway in this past summer. The thing is, Roosevelt Field is the second largest mall in the state of New York, and I can't imagine Nordstrom's not wanting to be there. Freehold, the problem with Freehold Raceway was between two different metropolitan areas. It was about the same distance between Philadelphia and New York City. So it was kind of that one stuck in the middle. Plus, you had the Cherry Hill store that opened up in 2008. So that really was not helpful for Nordstrom's and Freehold, unfortunately. And then you had the Norwalk collection open, and then finally, yeah, you had the pandemic, and yeah, that was not good. So. Speaking of ShopRite, is the one oh no, I answered that one already. Should Boscov's open up in the former Lord & Taylor at Westfield Trumbull October 22? There should be a better time for the chain. The thing is, they're already building another store, so I can't imagine they're going to be opening up stores for the foreseeable future, at least until things get under control with the pandemic. Brunswick Square has only 2 anchors. So does Freehold Raceway Mall, Quaker Bridge Mall, and Rockaway Town Square Mall. Brunswick Square has always had 2 anchors. Freehold Raceway Mall, unfortunately, has 2 anchors due to the fact, unfortunately, that the Nordstrom closed, July 31st, 2020. And the Sears store, it didn't help that Sears closed in February. Nordstrom closed in the summer of 2020, and Lord & Taylor is expected to close by the end of February. So it doesn't really help that Lord & Taylor's leaving Freehold. Chris, you know it's weird. There's a new Chinese supermarket that's going to take over the former Modell space. Well, it depends on where that Modell Sporting Goods is in. If it's in a Chinese Asian neighborhood, then I would say yes, that's probably the best thing for that area. H&M needed to go away from Paramus Park and the shops Riverside. Agreed. H&M did not need a store at Riverside. It just wasn't the right mall, and you had Bergen Town Center and Westfield Garden State to the west. And, of course, Paramus Park, it being the women's-only store, that just needed to go too. How is Sono Collection? Doing pretty well so far. Etchin Mall has only 1 anchor as of March 27th, 2019. Do you think it's going to close and get demolished after the Gallery White Plains? Depends on what that 1 anchor is. If it's a Boscov's, then probably not. It's a smaller anchor, and it's not in 2 floors. Yes, Lord & Taylor is leaving Freehold Raceway, Quaker Bridge Mall, and Rockaway Town Square. Yes, February 23rd is the final day. Confirmed. Yeah, J.C. Penney is depressing altogether. I could see them closing that store down the road, but who knows? Why did Sports Authority's website redirected to Dick's Sporting Goods in the summer of 2016? They bought the brand pretty much and converted some stores. Acme seems to be pretty similar to Pathmark. Yeah, Acme took over former Pathmarks and A&P. It took them a while to renovate the stores. Yeah, no, they just changed names and then eventually, gradually, they did a renovation. So it wasn't like overnight. They just put a bunch of signs together and then went from so you had the stores that went from A&P to Pathmark to Acme. That's why Acme came up here, because of A&P and Kmart. A&P and Pathmark and Wall Bums and Super Fresh closing all those stores. Although I think that was only for New Jersey. I don't think there's any Acme's on Long Island. I think that's only a Jersey thing. Target replaced the former Pathmark and Parsippany. Why am I not surprised? Walmart is definitely, unfortunately, an essential retailer. Target, yeah. I don't think of it as an essential retailer. I think they should have been closed during the pandemic. It's amazing they got away with being an essential retailer. Walmart I get because it has food. Costco I absolutely get because people need to buy in bulk. BJ's Wholesale Club, of course. Sam's Club, of course. So, but the essential retailers killed it through the pandemic, and the pandemic was probably the best thing that ever happened to them.
I'll be back. I'm going to go see if I can get some of that mac and cheese.
Okay. Okay. Getting back to the video. Getting back to the live stream. Do you think Aldi might soon have more locations in Acme in New Jersey? It depends on how rapidly fast their expansion is going to go. Considering Aldi is an essential retailer, I could see them expanding faster, but I don't know about that one. That's a very good question. Yeah, it's very overrated. I don't really like Walmart personally. It's a very overrated store. Primark, oh, okay, yeah. Can you give me some mac and cheese? No, I can't. My friend's actually having some mac and cheese. Costco stores these days is crowded like hell on weekends. Ultra Eric, I know exactly where you're coming from. We have a local Costco over at the Teterboro Landing in Teterboro, New Jersey. It is the flagship Costco for Bergen County, and I know exactly where you're coming from. Yeah, Costco can be an insane, especially on a Saturday. The particular Costco in Bergen County on a Saturday is probably the most packed Costco in the United States of America. The reason I say that is because of the infamous Bergen County Blue Laws, and the Bergen County Blue Laws do require all non-essential retailers to close on a Sunday. Now, what does that mean for the Costco in Teterboro? Pretty much means that they cannot sell anything that's non-essential on a Sunday, pretty much. They can sell the food because that's legal in Bergen County, but they can't sell anything, hence why there's a Costco store in Clifton. Otherwise, there would not be a Costco in Clifton if it wasn't for the Bergen County Blue Laws. Aldi seems to be okay. I went over that. In fact, I went to the Parsippany Pathmark when it was still open. Yeah, we used to have a Pathmark in Hackensack, New Jersey. Actually, there used to be two Pathmark stores in Hackensack, New Jersey. There was one in the southern part of town, which was the closer one, and then the northern part of town near the Shops Riverside. The northern part, the northern Pathmark in Hackensack became a 99 Ranch Market store. And finally, there was a tenant in the Pathmark in Hackensack, and that was a Planet Fitness, believe it or not. Gas stations and banks are also, yeah. In Bergen County, yes, gas stations are considered essential, and banks, it depends specifically on the area. It depends too, because if the bank is open Sunday, that means the bank has to be closed Sunday. TD, though, is one exception to that rule, because TD is allowed to be open on a Sunday, but limited hours, obviously, not the full day. Oh, you don't know yet where you're moving? Oh, okay. Should Saks Fifth Avenue open at the former Neiman Marcus in Natick, Massachusetts? Saks Fifth Avenue is not looking to expand stores right now. I don't think so. In fact, Hudson Bay is looking to get Saks.com for themselves. Yeah, that's another whole mess, unfortunately. Oh, I see. Okay, so you went before and after. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I wonder if there's any other comments, because I know people. This video did really well. 9 likes. Wow. Wow. Talk about a video that does well. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Scott Chewit, how are you? Yes, he put what was it, that Chicago Tower? I want to watch that. I'm probably going to watch that. If not tonight, I might actually watch it tonight after the stream. But I'm not quite sure yet. I love how the media gets this wrong, though, on the articles. Dave's insight. Oh, man. They all get this wrong. They really do. I really love seeing it wrong. They should. The Primark should go where Dick's is. Another option, too, would be Golf Galaxy, but I think Primark would be ideal. Because actually, I could take a look at the Roosevelt Field PDF. You guys I don't know. I actually, before I move on here, I want to put something in the chat. Yeah, what do you guys think about all the content I put up on the channel? So we'll go here, do business at Roosevelt Field. Thank you, Simon. I love how Simon puts their leasing plans. It really helps me out. This is level 1. Somebody just sent me a message. I actually do want to share my screen. No, that's a whole other thing, Chuck E. Cheese. They recycle their pizza. It's disgusting. I don't know. He's got a mansion. Yep. I actually have a PDF right now of it. I got to get the application window. This is the area was the Bloomingdale's Furniture, and you can see they actually had escalators ready to go in the spot for Century 21. They still have the old elevator here in the escalators. I'm not sure how they were going to reconfigure it, but it looked like they installed a new elevator inside the store, but they put in a new way of escalators. Yeah, down to the second floor. One up. So I don't know what this space is going to become, honestly. They're going to have to do something with it. This is probably going to be Primark, honestly. I don't say they can't really do anything else with the space, or the Golf Galaxy, of course. One or the other. And I don't really call this a conspiracy theory. I do think that at certain Chuck E. Cheese, probably not all of them, but at certain Chuck E. Cheese locations, they try to recycle their pizza. What that means is they check each pizza and they try to put it on an existing pie. They make like half the pie. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. But yeah. So, anyways. Yeah, the Escalator's probably worth $338 because Century 21 has a contract with Schindler. Yeah, probably Primark. Primark or Golf Galaxy. I am not surprised that that particular location in that particular area would do it. That's really disgusting. Hold on 1 second, guys. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, they had fights in their locations too, when people were served alcohol. I've been to some stores at American Dream, yes. No, there's not. That's not confirmed. Okay, there we go. What is Eddie Lampert's next job after Sears Holdings Transform Co. becomes defunct? He'll go off into the sunset, honestly. I mean, he's not young, that's for sure. He made his millions. He could just go off into retirement. He would never need to work another day. So, yes, Willowbrook Mall is profitable. No, not every Sears replacement is different. True or false? Westfield South Shore is better than Roosevelt Field. No, that's false. Roosevelt Field is better than Westfield South Shore. Everybody knows that. Sure, it is a Macy's. Sure, it is a JCPenney. But yeah, that's true about that. But anyways, so all right, guys. So I think we're going to go ahead and actually end the live stream here for tonight. So yeah, I know it's coming to an abrupt end, but yeah. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Everyone make sure to enjoy the Super Bowl. Yeah, so anyways, thank you guys for watching, and that's it.